What's going on, YouTube? Try to make this a short one. A couple days ago, I learned that somebody I watched on YouTube for quite some time. I watched her, and watched when Max and Lee were a couple. I found out that she might have taken her own life. And the big question going on around the bottom of YouTube, especially for them, because they started from nothing and then grew their channel. And then when they broke up, they, still kind of collaborated together. And that's none of my business, It's nobody's business, really. Well, apparently, this is what authorities down there in California are thinking is she committed suicide. She jumped in front of a train. Depression is a really bad thing. I've been through it. For me, it's mainly having to stay here in Kansas right now. But I deal with it different ways. I've gone through a lot of pretty bad stuff in my lifetime. And the trick of it is to always come out on top. It's pretty much what I've figured out. My thoughts and prayers and condolences are with her friends, Eamon and Beck, her family. I don't know. Something very dark in your head goes on when you feel the need to find a permanent solution for a problem that isn't that big in other people's eyes. So, that's all I really wanted to say about Lee. She seemed like a good person, but people are different on the other side of the camera. They're not always who you think they are. They go through different struggles than you have. So, that's all I'm going to say. Now, the other thing I kind of alluded to last video is we made a big purchase. For some people, a big purchase is, he went out and bought a house, or he went out and bought a huge new RV, or something to that effect. Well, we came back in Kansas. I bought a 2008 Dodge Charger. It had about 179,000 miles on it. And this is when we came back in 2018, because we were getting ready to travel in 2020. Well, no, when we came back 2019. We were getting ready to travel again in 2020, and came back to Kansas. The BMW that I had been throwing huge amounts of money on, that was running fine when we put it in storage before we left. We pulled it out of storage and it threw a code immediately. So I got rid of those. I got rid of that car and our 03 Chevy Monte Carlo SS Limited. I got rid of both of those cars. I had already gone out and bought the Dodge Charger, but I got rid of both of those cars to fix our camper van when it got stolen out of storage by some idiots. I'm thinking they're on meth or something like that, but it is what it is. The van's fixed now. Anyway, that Dodge Charger, me and my wife had switched vehicles. I was actually getting to drive my truck for once, and she was driving the Dodge Charger, and it went out. I guess we finally did figure out what the problem was. There's a recall on the ignition part or something for it. Never had the recall done. So I thought, okay, well, we got 2 years out of it. It needed front end work. It needed probably $1,200 to $1,400 front end work. It needed a whole new front end, but we're just driving it around town. We weren't driving on the highway. We weren't going over 40 miles an hour. Well, when it clunked out when my wife went over to her grandmother's house to do some paperwork don't follow our taxes. And so we decided, well, I kind of decided that we'd go car shopping. Now, before you say it, I know somebody's going to be like, oh my God, now you're going to have, you got, 3 vehicles and blah. We had 3 vehicles. In fact, we had 4 vehicles at one time. In fact, I've had more vehicles than that at one time before in my life. I probably owned close to about 200 vehicles in my lifetime. Kind of a car enthusiast and kind of not a car enthusiast, but I like to drive different things. Anyway, long story short, see that Dodge Ram out there? Yeah, I went out and bought another Dodge Ram. It's not a brand new Dodge Ram by any means. Could we go out and buy a brand new Dodge Ram right off the lot if we wanted to? Yeah, we could, without, paying cash. But we bought all of our previously new to us vehicles from this car dealership here in Wichita, and I've never had any bad problems with it. In fact, that Dodge Ram, our other Dodge Ram, the one that we took all over the United States, she followed me behind in it while I drove the van. We bought that from them too. So it is a 2012 Dodge Ram 1500. It has a 4x4 in it, has the Hemi, unlike our other Dodge Ram. That's just a Eco, regular, doesn't have the Hemi in it. And it is the Texas Hemi. But the place that we do buy our vehicles from, they get all their cars and vehicles from an auction down there in Texas. So it is an original Texas truck. I don't say it a lot, but I am a Texan. I was born in Dallas, Texas. So, and our other truck came from Texas too. This one, from what I can see, it came from the San Antonio area on the paperwork. It was bought there, serviced there, and then somehow it ended up, I think it got probably repoed. And never been any accidents. Carfax does say the windshield was replaced at one time. But if you've ever driven down there in that part of Texas, or any part of Texas, cracked windshield is, something that happens, debris and stuff on the road. So that's what that is. So that was our big purchase. Got another Dodge Ram. Not too big of a thing, it's not like we went out and bought a house again or something, or bought a cabin or land in the Rockies and started building, which I am trying to do that. I'm looking around Wallensburg and Trinidad area for property, off-grid property. Buy it now and then in the near future build on it. It's either that or South Dakota. South Dakota property is a little bit more expensive, but no property tax. So that's something we're looking at. As far as travel, I think what we're going to do, and I'll film a little bit of it. Oh, sorry, you guys are done. We're going to just basically stick around Kansas, Arkansas, Missouri for a while. And we're probably only going to be taking like 2-day trips. Little known fact, Kansas has some lakes here. We usually go out to a lake called Lake Afton. It's really close. It's about a 25-30 minute drive from where we live. It's out by Goddard, Kansas. We've camped out there numerous times. When we've camped back to Wichita to visit people while we were on the road, we stayed there. But there's other lakes, excuse me, here in Kansas, like Lake Wilson. We've never been there. I've been out to Santa Fe Lake, but we've never camped there, and there is RV hookup spots out there. And that's not very far from us either. Another place I'm looking at is Canopolis Lake. Might try that too. There's also a little lake in Argonia that has hookups. So we're going to look into doing something like that here very shortly. We're just waiting to... Today's Wednesday, and me and my wife both have Wednesday and Thursday off now because of the jobs we work. Sorry, this cameraman needs to be fired. So when we get 2 free days off, like today, she's over helping her mom and grandma. I'm just sitting here talking to my phone on YouTube. But tomorrow we have nothing planned. Oh, she has to get a haircut today. We have nothing planned, so we're gonna try to get a couple of weeks, like, you know, we both have Wednesday, Thursday off. We figure out which lake we're gonna go to. We get off work, both of us get off work around 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Take the van out to one of these lakes. Because pretty much from the research I've done on the Kansas State Parks, kind of like you get out there and you hope you can get a hookup. Because it's basically first come, first serve, especially out at Lake Afton. That's a pretty big lake. Another lake that I've been to but I've never camped out is El Dorado Lake. And then there's the Party Lake, we consider it the Party Lake around here because everybody grew up going to that lake and getting messed up. And that's called Cheney Lake. I don't think I want to camp out there being in my 40s because I know what goes on out there. I think we'll just skip that one. So that is our travel plans for right now and then. I've camped once out at Kaw Lake. I didn't like it, and that's in Oklahoma. But we might try it again. It's not that far of a drive. So it's like an hour and 15 minutes from where we're at. And then there's other places in Oklahoma I want to check out. We'll see what happens. Also, before I let you guys go, I haven't really been watching YouTube lately. Or making videos or anything. I've been busy, got other stuff going on. Now I'm starting to feel better after having COVID. Go and look at Nomadic Fanatic's video when he walking. His latest video, he's back home in Illinois that he posted. He's probably not back home now anymore. He's panning through his house, showing you all of his video games, which is cool. You know, I'm not harping on him for having video games, but I think he missed out on, because he blanks it again when he walked. But the first part where he's walking through the house, you see a pot plant. It could be fake, you know. And if he smokes pot, well, yeah, he smokes pot, but who cares? But I just thought it was kind of funny. He was walking through the house and he caught like a couple of leaves off of his pot plant. It could be a fake one though. Anyway, just wanted to leave the video at an upbeat note. I think everybody is kind of like, oh my god, about, you know, what happened with Lee. And again, depression's a bad thing. I wish her family and her friends well, and my condolences and prayers. Hope you guys have a great day. And like Biggs says on The World According to Biggs, be nice to each other.